We're going to be getting ready to go soon, guys. Under 2 minutes. Hopefully, you can hear me pretty good in the chat tonight. When we switch over to the real camera, I'm going to make sure the lights are going to be good because I haven't had a chance to check the lighting. So hopefully that'll be good, and then we'll start up here, guys. All right, guys, we are live. I'm going to make some adjustments really quick here because I'm not in the center of the frame. Okay, want to thank everybody who came into this non-scheduled stream tonight. As I mentioned before many times, if you're first time coming into the stream, then thank you very much for coming into this kind of on the spur stream. Why I'm doing this will make sense shortly. If you're, again, someone who's new, normally I stream the very first Tuesday of a given month. The very first Tuesday of every month is when I do my normal streams. I decided I was normally streaming Mondays every single week, but I decided to cut back on that and just do streaming once a month and every Tuesday, or when special things that I see show up in the pop culture community or geek culture community, things like convention news or a big retailer gets a bunch of new stuff, news breaks. I try to get that information out as quickly as I possibly can, and this is going to be kind of cool because literally I stumbled across this information literally today, and I had something planned for today that was not this stream. I was going to do the Forgotten Realms Dritz and Gwenwyvar 2-pack action figure review. That's what I was going to do, but I decided to hold off. I've been holding on off that review for weeks now, and pushing it back another few days I don't think will really matter. But this is a time-sensitive piece of information, and that's why I'm bringing it to you guys today. And I think it's important because coming from someone out of my background and things that I've done in my past, I think you can understand why I think this is a very cool idea for Kickstarter, and I'll talk more about that shortly. But before we do that, let's talk about pickups. I always talk about pickups when I do a stream. If I've picked anything new up, got anything into my collection for the first time, I usually showcase it off on the stream before I do a review for it. That's usually the idea. I have two pops that I picked up. This one, the first one, is newer than the other one, but I was looking long and hard to get this pop. I had it in my cart for about a week and a half on Hot Topic, and unfortunately I didn't push the button to commit the sale. Let me know in the stream, guys. Can you hear me okay? Again, I didn't do any prepping for the sound, the audio beforehand. Hopefully you can hear me well in the chat. Thank you, Jackie. So the first one, if you may or may not know, I'm a big Green Lantern fan, and Hot Topic, I think every 3 months or so, or around that time, are going to be releasing exclusive Hot Topic Lantern-based pops, one for every single core. The first one they released was this one here, was Black Hand. He is a member of the Black Lantern Corps. In the comics, there's a long arc with what was called Blackest Night. If you've never read that, I believe I sent it to, I believe I sent the trade paperback to Titus. He has the trade paperback that talks about Black Hand, the Black Lantern Corps. it's something that I wasn't going to pick up, and I never picked up the Black Hand character or the Black Lantern power battery, the small one. I decided not to, but I want to pick up the entire run of cores and put them in that shadow box you see over here. That's where they're going to reside as soon as they all come out. So the very first one is Black Hand, and it's this guy right here. He's a member of the Black Lantern Corps. If you may notice, I don't know if they just have a splotch of paint right there, unfortunately. He has a very tragic backstory. He is a arch enemy of Green Lantern. Very cool character. Articulation, head will spin 360. He has this sort of black, matte, sort of shiny look to him. Looks really, really cool. That is his Lantern Corps symbol in the middle of his chest. Cool character, but they're going to do one for every single Corps from what I found out. The next character slotted, I think, is going to be coming out in the summertime, and it's going to be a White Lantern. They haven't said specifically which White Lantern they're going to be doing. I'm hoping they're getting a new Kyle. It'd be great if we get a new Kyle Rayner. That's what I'd like to see. That means they're going to be doing, there's a total of 9 members of all the Corps. If you count all the Lanterns up, it's the emotional spectrum. That's what they call it. So the one member for every member of the Corps. So the Black Hand for the Black Lanterns, you're going to have probably Kyle for the White Lanterns. If they do Green Lanterns, it'll probably be a new Hal, most likely. Maybe we'll get a Simon Baz, possibly. I know we're going to be getting a Jessica Cruz coming out, but the deco looks a little weird on her. If they do Orange Lantern, they gotta do Larfleeze. If they do Indigo Tribe, they gotta do Indigo 1. If they do Star Sapphire, that's obvious there. They go to Star Sapphire. If they do Red Lanterns, they gotta do Atrocitus. So I'm gonna make that shadow box right there, as I mentioned before, right there, that guy, into the Corps. These are all going to be unboxed. All these Lantern Corps group members that are coming out, when they're all going to be exclusive to Hot Topic. That's what they're doing with all these guys. They're all going to be Hot Topic exclusives. I'm going to be doing that, one for each Corps member, 100%. So that was that guy, and that one was a bit of a challenge to find. As I mentioned, I did pull the trigger online when he came out. He was selling for about $30 to $40 online for the secondary market on your eBays. I wasn't able to find it any cheaper, about $30 to $40. But I said, you know what, I'm going to give Hot Topic a little more time because of the delay with all the stuff that got backed up, with all the shipments that got screwed up because of the weather. I decided to hold off, give it some more time, and see if these come in. And I was keeping my eyes peeled because I have them followed on Instagram. And when they post their new items, I usually would go down there and pick it up immediately. The second item we picked up was the item that I was not able to get my hands on from the VirtualCon 2021. It sold out. It fell through my fingers, unfortunately. I picked it up on the secondary market on eBay for about $30. Unfortunately, yesterday it went back up on Walgreens for $10. I feel stupid for buying it now. And that, of course, is Spider-Man 2099, the new buck they designed for it. That's the shared exclusive. This is the Walgreens version of Spider-Man 2099. I'm probably going to do a review of this guy eventually. I just haven't, like I said, he's so new. It's weird that he has the Amazing Spider-Man. I know that he showed up in the Spider-Man comics, but to say Amazing Spider-Man is kind of weird. Because he's not Amazing Spider-Man at all. He has no affiliation to Amazing Spider-Man. He's Miles Morales. Miguel O'Hara. That's who he is. He's Miguel O'Hara, which in the year 2099 is that, I think it was a similar sort of thing to Peter Parker, but it was some type of weird scientific accident. It wasn't, a spider didn't bite him. It's some type of it was a genetic sort of thing that happened to him. And that's how he got his ability. And he looks good. I like the way Spidey 29 looks. This is the outfit. He has a newer outfit, which I don't like, but I like this outfit. He is, again, a bobblehead. We've talked about bobbleheads before. I'm not a fan of them. I like the clear cape on his back. He does have this sort of weird cape, this netting across his back. It's translucent. I like the way it looks. Looks really cool. But this is a much better buck than the one they had originally for Spidey 2099, which was a Walgreens exclusive. That was a much more bulkier buck that we've seen in the past. They've reused that buck many, many times. But this one is a new buck. I'm happy that we have this character now because he just looks really, really good. And I was happy to get my hands on him. Definitely is one to pick up. I don't know if Walgreens is still selling it right now online, but I don't think you can get it at their stores. I think it's only exclusive online. So these are the two guys I recently picked up. So the reason for this, well, before I do that, the reason for the stream in a second. Drink for tonight, guys. We're doing some of that clear water from Walmart. We're doing some Fuji apple, really good drink. One of my favorite ones they come up with. So yummy, yummy. So let's talk the reason for the stream tonight. As I mentioned before, at the beginning of this, I decided to do this stream kind of haphazardly, only because it's a. Do I have a Jaden the Tiger? Thanks for coming into the stream tonight. Do I have a favorite Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse? I like Spidey 2099 from the Spider-Verse. If we're talking like the movie version, I think they did a really good job with Miles. Miles came out really good, translated from, because I don't read a whole lot of Spider-Man, but I did read the original Ultimate stuff for a while, and having the stuff with Miles was pretty cool. Having it in the cartoon was really cool to see it, and that was more of an adult cartoon. It wasn't a cartoon for like kids, and I thought it was a really cool cartoon. But to mention the reason for the stream, thanks for coming into the chat tonight, Jaden. The reason for the stream was kind of on the spur of the moment. I saw this item this morning on Facebook, and usually I don't back a lot of Kickstarter projects. A few of them I have backed in the past. A lot of people sometimes get burned on things, and most of the time stuff I have backed, they have delivered. So, cool. And I said, you know what, this sounds like a really, really cool project. So let me first put the project in the chat so you know what we're talking about. It has to do with role-playing games. And it's a different sort of role-playing game, especially during the world as being crazy as it is right now. And someone who may not have access to a gaming group, this might be the next best thing in a short, bite-sized campaign. And I think this is really neat what they're doing, and it's very time-sensitive because the campaign is going to be ending in 5 days. That's why I did not hold this stream until the first Tuesday of next month, because this particular Kickstarter will be over by then. And I want to bring it to your guys' attention. Are they backing me? No. Am I sponsored by them? No. I have reached out to them today, and I was able to get a downloadable copy of their game, a PDF copy, because their entire game is sold out. And it's not your typical role-playing game. Let me restate that. It's a game that you don't think would work in this sort of medium, but it works. And I'll explain momentarily. Let me drop it into the stream so you can see it. It's a Kickstarter link that you would just click on that link right there, and it'll bring you to the Kickstarter page. Again, I'm not affiliated with this company. I'm not sponsored by this company. They're not paying me to say anything here. I have not played this version of their, what they call their 2021 quest calendar. What this really is a daily quest that you're running through a full year with different characters, and it's like the peel apart pages of a standard desktop calendar. And if you scroll down through the Kickstarter, they have a video you can play. I'm not going to play it for you because you may hear noise, you may not hear noise, and I have my speakers off to prevent reverb. So you just, if you follow along, you'll see what I'm talking about. So literally, it's called Quest Calendars. It's at this particular one here is they're doing their I think for 2022. They've already hit their goal. This might be the 2021 project. I think they have a 2022 project as well. But I'm just showing you this 2021 project. So this one was last year's Kickstarter. The new one is available. If you look on their website, you should be able to find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick here, guys. I do apologize. I thought I grabbed the 2022 calendar. 2022 Quest calendar. Let me grab it here. I thought, here it is. I got it here. Whoops, I had it and I lost it. Perfect. Let me grab the link, the new link here. I grabbed the wrong link. I apologize. So let me grab the 2022. That's the 2021 one. Here's the 2022 one. Here's the new one right there. I apologize for that. So this is the one that I'm going to probably be backing. I'm going to be backing it at the $34 price level. So the idea, so that second link is the one you want to use, guys. The first one, if you want to see the prior year's one, that's the prior year's. The idea of this is every single day, with the exception of weekends, is a day that you do something in the quest. And it's a full campaign. It runs for the entire year. and you have multiple characters that you play through, and literally you're rolling dice like D&D. So they basically took the ideas of a D20 system, kind of crunched the 5th edition D&D rule sets, made it much smaller, more bite-sized, and you can play it within about, they say, between 1 to 3 minutes per day. It's a solo campaign. It's meant to be played by yourself. And this is good for someone who you don't have access to a gaming group, or you're behind because of COVID. You can't reach out to anybody. You can't you can't scratch that itch for your role-playing fix. This may be something that you might want to look into. The idea is you role-play 6 days a week without a GM. There's no GM required. It has 626 pages. 313 pages of artwork front and back. And what they normally do, and here's how it would work. You would, on let's say today's day, they'll tell you to do something. On the back of that day would correspond to the next day's event. So you don't want to read the back of the page until you get to the next day's event. You're rolling D20 dice. You're rolling dice for it. Even the Kickstarter has dice that you roll for it. Different spells in the game. There's different spells you could do, different characters you'll play through. But like, I'm watching one particular YouTuber, and I've watched about 30 of his videos already just to watch through a recap of this year's calendar to see what happens, to get an idea. Is this for me? Is this something that's going to be fun? And I looked at this, I said, you know what, Rook? This seems like a really fun thing you can do. You can do it with your family. You can do it sitting at your desk. I thought it was a really cool, clever idea of doing a role-playing game in a desktop calendar. There's literally, on the 2021 one, I'll show you some of the screenshots because I have the PDF pulled up, and you'll see legitimate images of what the desktop calendar would work as. I got the entire full year. I can literally copy all this, cut it all out, put them together, and play the game. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I think it'd be better to have them, like, you peel it off the calendar. I have the full PDF. He sent it to me as a copy, a trial copy to look at this. Normally I charge, I think, $5 for this PDF file, but he sent it to me for free. So I was very, very grateful for it. The idea again, there's our dungeons in the desktop calendar. They'll have you, you walk through certain rooms, and on the back of that page the following day, you resolve what happened or where you went to. Different parts of the quest will have you for certain days playing character A, and then several more days you'll play another character or have a choice of picking a different character. There are things like you have spell slots, you have health points, you have armor class, you have everything that's in a traditional D&D campaign or D&D quest rather happens in this calendar. So you have the idea, if you keep scrolling down here, let me just share my screen now with you guys so you can see what's going on. Whoops, hold on one second here. Let me go to here. Perfect. So I have it I pulled it up here on my screen. So now you can see kind of what's going on here. Let me pull up my chat. Perfect. So you can see kind of what's going on over here. I should have put this up before. So this is the 2022 calendar, as I mentioned. They've already hit their goal of 147,190. Their pledge goal was actually $9,000. So they went well above their offer. But it's a really cool idea here. There's a lot of add-ons you can do. You can get a dice tower if you wanted one. There's different heroes for this one. They also took, if they hit their stretch goals, they took the heroes from the 2021 calendar and kind of revamped them to be in the 2022 calendar as well. So the idea here is you read through it, and you roll dice, and you resolve the effects. So it's literally playing a role-playing game on a desktop calendar. I think it's pretty legit. You have combat. It works in either rounds or it works in one round and multiple creatures. It's very, very cool. Here's some of the characters right here. You can level up your guys. They start at level 1. You can level them up, as you see on the screen here. You can find loot. There is loot in the game. So you can't get that. There's rewards. Here's where their backer levels are. If you're interested, $5 you get. I'm going to show you what the $5 backer would be, the PDF. Hey, how's it going? We're talking about a Kickstarter that's coming out, or it has about 5 days left on it, and I thought it'd be something cool to talk about on the stream tonight, something a little bit different. If you're looking for more of a traditional role-playing game without being involved in a role-playing campaign, this is something you might be interested in. Tier 1 is the quest calendar itself at $22. Hero tier, which is what I'm going to be probably using. Reason why is you get a dice bag, you get the book, you get every single character on this sort of flip book. And what I like is it comes with a erasable markers. So you don't have to worry about scratching, with paper and pencil. You can use erasable markers to keep track of all that stuff. I thought that would be very, very cool. At higher tiers, at $100, you get a dice tube, you get a dice tray, you can roll in dice tower. $300, you start getting crazier stuff. I'm talking about special days. And these are add-ons you can purchase as well. Normally, I would not plug Kickstarter. Normally, I wouldn't want my subscribe. I don't play D&D anymore, only because my gaming group has fallen apart. I was doing some 5th edition stuff about 2.5 years ago. I stopped playing. But one of the reasons I like this is because if you were looking for that sort of approach, if you were trying to do a D&D group and couldn't get to a group, this may scratch that itch, and you're playing by yourself. It takes about 1 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it may take longer, depending on what you have happen that particular day. This will kind of give you a reason to get to the next day, where you want the story to progress. So I thought it was a very, very cool and interesting project they're doing. Again, I'll drop it in the chat here, and it's right there. I reached out to them today. They sent me their PDF. So let me show you what the PDF looks like. I'll show you what the 2021 calendar looks like. So here it is right here. Literally, they sent me everything. So literally, you would start on this page here and then go to this page. So this is, see, it tells you January 1st, 2021, and Saturday and Sunday are listed as one day. So it's not a full year per se as far as things you would do, because it's for 6 days out of the 7 days of a week. So there's about 313 physical pages in the book. So you would do this guy. On this one, here's the next thing would happen. You see Victor Felmont on the 4th. Then the 5th would be the next thing would happen. This is Godwin, the character you start playing with. I watched the video talking about this guy right here. Here's his abilities. As you notice, it has a very 5e version. You have his level in the corner here. You have his stats. You have some skills. You have spell slots. He does ridiculous amounts of damage, d20 damage, but he is a level 6 character. He has spells. You have spell shield. You have a spell fireball you can do. And it says here, check the letter of any residue magic of traces for this. This is in a test you would be going. This page right here is associated to this page right here. So you would literally do this, then do this, and this is what you're told to do, and then you roll a dice and see what would happen. And these are the results that would generate on possible rolls, scenarios that would happen. And this goes through, the next thing happens, there's a wardrobe on the 6th. The next thing is which of these 3 items you pick. There's a portal that opens up. You get attacked by these Dementor-like characters right here. They're not Dementors, but they're like Dementors. You make your choice. Which item do you want? What happens during combat? It's it's a lightweight game that it's not super rules heavy. It's enough rules so you might have to do a little reading, but once you understand it, it makes sense. And I think this would be something cool to keep to play multiple times through. So if you played, let's say, for an entire year, you may want to go back, either halfway through a year, keep all your pages, and work backwards to where you were if you wanted to play, let's say, a different character. Let's say you're playing, because I think in the 2021 one, the one I'm reading right now, there was about 6 or 7 different characters you can pick from. And the YouTuber who was doing this video, because all they did on their channel was this calendar for a full year. They put out a video, lasts about maybe 2 or 3 minutes every day, and that's this guy's channel. This is all he's doing. Am I going to do that on a channel? Probably not. I might just showcase off the calendar when I get it. It's going to be, I think, slated for October 2021 release. That's when this is going to end. But I just wanted you to see what the PDF version looks like. Like this right here on January 11th, there is a full dungeon. You have to pick, like this here. You once knew this Dragon Temple well, but it's been a long time since you have been back here. You can't recall where the traps were. You don't have much time to visit. So you start in room S. And then you literally pick which rooms you want to navigate to get to the star room. You literally could go through every room if you wanted to, or you can go S through 3, through 5, through star. Or you can go 1, 3, S, 3, 1, backtrack to 4, into 5, into the star room. So you could pick any one of these things you want to navigate with. So I think it's very, very clever the way this was engineered to work, where they took literally a D&D campaign and streamlined it down for a full year's worth of time, and to level up your character to get loot and things like that, just to see the interaction of how you can handle this. This character here is called Astrid Swiftblade. She is a rogue. You get you can possibly get a barbarian. You can get a wizard. You can play as, there's the gnome thief. There's the elf sorceress, the orc barbarian. You have Farista Leafwind. You have your ranger. Your Wolfric Greyhand, a paladin. You get Lyric Stringwood, which is a bard. So as you can see right here, human paladin, half-elf druid. She's a druid, not a ranger, which is kind of weird. You think she would be a ranger. She's a half-elf druid. And a human bard. So, yeah. So, it's, as you guys can see here, it's really, really neat what they've done with this, to take literally a D&D campaign, combine it, take all the heavy rules off of it, streamline it down, and put it on a desktop calendar that can be played solo in between 5 and 10 minutes. So I think it was very, very cool that they did something like this. Again, the pledges to do something like this stuff, if you're interested in pledging, I want to put this out there right now. Again, not sponsored by this company. I have no affiliation with the company. I think the name of the company is, I can't remember what they're called here. They're called Quest Calendars. I think that might be what they're called. The company's physical name now. I don't think it's called Quest Calendars as far as a company name. It's called Sundial Games. Is the name of the company. Sundial Games put out this project, but they're called Quest Calendars. Again, I am not backed by this company. I'm not sponsored by this company. I just think it's a really cool idea. So let me just, again, break down the high-level piece here. The 2022 Quest Calendar is a single-player game that takes place on a page-a-day style calendar. Play a couple minutes each day over the year and get your daily fix for dice rolling fantasy fun in a role-playing game. The calendar features a story-driven adventure that will be told day by day with plenty of quests, loot items, characters, and combat. As the story unfolds, how will your decisions over the year shape your character? Roleplay 6 days a week without a GM's, weekends are combined, which I mentioned before. I just wanted to read the kind of the high-level piece of what this thing is all about. So it's very, very cool what they did with this particular calendar. As I mentioned before, I think that was the Welcome Traveler, the Bard character right here. I believe that is the creator of the game. I think he put himself in the game. But it's kind of cool how they did this. You have the hero book, which I talked about, spiral-bound laminated character sheets, about 46 pages, includes sheets of each character and level, a copy of the rules, and a set of dry erase markers to easily keep track of the stat boosts, damage, and loot. So I'm most likely going to be backing this one right here, the $34 pledge. Again, I'll go down to it here so you can see it. I'm a little excited for this project because it's different. It's something we normally don't see. It's a streamlined RPG done up in a desktop calendar that can be done very, very quickly. I think it's a very clever idea what they did. You can look at the character on the screen right now. Azamir the Reckless. So we have a half-demon swashbuckler. Something a little bit different. We don't see normally a demon swashbuckler running around. Very similar to, let's say, going back to why the stream got come up all of a sudden. I was going to do my Dritz to Erden review today. Dritz, of course, is a Dark Elf Ranger. Something very, very weird. Something you don't normally see. So, I mean, I think that's very, very cool. I can really get behind something like this. I will showcase this off when I get it. And it says here, I believe it's going to estimate delivery October 2021. That's where it's slated to deliver. If you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to back this project. Again, it's only going to be going for another, I think, 5 days. Hence the reason why I decided to do the stream today. I didn't want this to go under the radar, only because I can see... Again, I found this just by sheer dumb luck on Facebook. I didn't even know this existed. I had no clue. And I said, this just sounds cool. This is different. This is unique. And I wanted to share to the viewers and subscribers, if you guys want to do something like this, you're more than welcome to. If you want to do that, cool. I have no problem, giving you guys this information. That's one thing I'm trying to do, is I try to give you guys cool information that I stumble across, as quickly as I possibly can get. And I got it today. Literally today. This morning I'm sitting literally in bed with my phone. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm reading about this. I'm like, that's just a very, very clever way of doing a role-playing game in bite-sized pieces for kind of a low cost. Again, the cheapest cost for this is $5. That would be, you would just get a document that would look like this. You would just get the PDF. Literally, if you wanted to see the beginning of what it would look like, literally it would look like this. This is how it would appear. It's called the Dragon Staff of Maldaria. That's the quest for that year. The Dragon Staff of Maldaria. It tells you how it works, how combat works, how ability reminders work, characters, shops, tokens. You get gold in the game. They have the different dice, your typical D&D dice. They tell you what choices you can make. It's sort of also like a choose your own adventure sort of book, like back in the day. It has that choose your own adventure sort of feel to it, although it doesn't work like a choose your own adventure. You're not flipping to different pages to get different outcomes. You follow them numerically. But I get that sort of feel to it. It's like a choose your own adventure, and a D&D campaign had like a bastard baby and spout that out. I think it's very, very cool what they did here with this project. And I really, really recommend, if you guys are into something like this, then you might want to go down that road. It's something you might be interested in. I can't say if you want to or not. That's for you to make that call. I think it's kind of clever. That's why I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention, because I thought it was a neat idea. Again, that's your call. Again, I'll put the link in the chat. Also, I'll put it on the video on demand when the video goes up, because there is a delay between when I do my streams and when stuff shows up. It usually takes, I want to say, it usually takes about 24 hours for the stream to show up inside YouTube. But I want to do this, like I said, I wanted to do like a 30-minute stream tonight, nothing crazy. We're going to still do the stream on next Tuesday. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing then. Not quite sure what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. Hopefully I'll pull something up. I'll think of something like I normally do. But that was it, guys. I said I wanted to only do a 30-minute stream tonight. I wanted to talk about this project because I think it's very, very cool. It's a very neat idea. You can go to, I think it's called Sundial Games' website. If you want to go to their website, I believe you can still purchase that 2021 PDF as a downloadable file. I think it's for $5. I believe you can get that file. If you wanted to follow it that way, you can. To me, it feels a little bit awkward and a little bit weird having it in a PDF without printing it out and cutting it down, because I would want to have it like the pages that you flip at, because it's built to work that way. So that's my thought process, guys. Again, we're going to be cutting the stream tonight. Again, I just wanted to do a small stream, 30 minutes, to showcase this cool Kickstarter project. I will be backing it. Hopefully you guys back it yourself if you're into D&D, if you want that itch to be scratched and you can't get to a gaming group and you want to play D&D or play some type of fantasy role-playing a game. Again, if you played one in the past, this may be something up your alley. So I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. Again, the video on demand will be going up probably tomorrow. I will put the link to that particular project for Kickstarter in the video on the when it goes on video on demand. So I want to thank everybody for the stream. I'm going to be cutting it now, guys, at 9:30 p.m. my time. Take care. We're going to be cutting it in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys, and night-night.